A man is born free, but in David Hume's house, he is in chains. Hey fellow philos, today I'm going to talk to you about the story of the nightmare roommate. Can y'all guess who it is? I think you can. So, back in 1765, it was quite a rough year for me. Back in France, my newly released works on the social contract and Emily had been publicly condemned by civil and religious leaders. This caused me to move 3 times and feared for my life. One of the times that I moved, I found a safe haven in a small village in Switzerland. Soon the local priests began to have hatred against me, accusing me of being a heretic. I was constantly abused on the streets and at home until one day I finally knew that enough was enough. I was in bed with my beloved Therese and my beloved dog Sultan, and there was an angry mob outside screaming and yelling, and I thought, nothing's gonna happen, they're not gonna do anything, until all of a sudden, rocks started flying through my window. A rock the size of a head nearly hit our bed, and that's when I knew that I had to leave, if not for me, but for the safety of my loved ones. This time, I had no idea where to go, until, to my surprise, my newfound friend, David Hume, offered me refuge from my enemies and the possibility of a state pension back in England. At first, we were the best of pals. However, he managed to quickly get on my nerves, and I could tell the same thing was happening for him. Hume didn't even want me in the first place. I knew it. I always knew it. He seemed all loving and excited to house me, but he did that all just to seem like a nice person. But I always knew his true intentions, to ruin me. He brought me to England apparently to provide me with refuge, and in reality, it was all just to dishonor me. Our relationship went south when I was finally discovered by the English authorities, and it was clear that it was Hume who ratted me out. I came to learn that the letters that I had been sending back home to my friends were being intercepted and watched. This was all a big scheme from Hume to ruin my reputation. He had taken me in as a brother, a fellow philosopher, to help me out in my hard times. But I knew the whole time he was just trying to ruin me. After I learned that he was intercepting my letters, I did a little bit of research, and I learned that this whole time he was talking shit about me behind my back, trying to dishonor me or something, or bring down my reputation, like I cared. First of all, can we talk about this guy's ridiculous ideals? We're talking about a man who bases everything off reason. Yes, reason. He's the prime example of one who's wandered as far as possible from the privileged state, never ever knowing the true nature of man. That is why he's the way he is. He based everything off knowledge, always pulling away from the original, never finding the real foundation of society. That's why he has so much to say on the original contract of man, because apparently he doesn't really know what society is. He tries to disprove my ideal by using history. Once again, knowledge. But history has to do with society, and society is not the true nature of man. So how could he really know if he's trying to base it off history and what has been proven? Well, nothing has been proven if you haven't reached the true nature of man, the primitive state. He doesn't seem to realize that in order to enter society, you need consent. Yes, consent. For him, people just consent because they're feared for their life. We couldn't agree on anything, and I mean anything. He always had a little comment or disagreement about everything that I had to say, when I never asked him for his opinion. But I was trying to be a good house guest and respect him, but I didn't get any of that back. He was always too nice, so calm and undisturbed. Nobody is that calm or undisturbed, especially Hume. It's just something he makes people believe that he is. Don't fall for it. He brought me to England apparently to provide me with refuge, but in reality to dishonor me. When our relationship ended, he tried to make it seem like I was the roommate from hell. So that's why I'm here sitting with you today to clear it all up. Because the reality is, he is the roommate from hell. So once I moved,